Ellie wants to be a dad. So what? It seems that everyone is pointing to this line as a linchpin of the entire season, as an encapsulation of everything that is wrong with this version of The Last of Us. Except I think it's one of my favorite moments from the past season. What you see as a joke, a moment of lightheartedness that isn't representative of the game, I see as a moment of vulnerability that also serves as a subversion of a trope that I've long hated in media. First, let's talk about what this moment means for Ellie. She has just told someone one of her deepest secrets, and she's at a place where she's falling in love with this person in a world and an environment where love is not often found. In this bubble that they've created, Ellie is so enamored with this person that she becomes presumptuous. She assumes that her relationship is going so well with Dina that she will be involved in this baby's life. She's thinking about the future, which is a wild and outlandish thing to be doing right now, with someone you've barely started dating. But if you've ever known someone who struggles with depression, trauma, and experiencing immense grief, then you know how important it is to get these moments of light in the darkness. For someone like Ellie, whose sole purpose right now is rage-filled revenge, to be thinking about the future, that's a beautiful thing to see. And it's sad that she doesn't hold on to that future, because as soon as she's reminded why she's here, she reverts back to the Ellie who is struggling with purpose and where she belongs. She is reminded of her grief and what she lost. And this moment goes as quickly as it came. The other thing a lot of you point out is that in the game, Ellie doesn't take the news of Dina's pregnancy as well. She sees Dina as a liability, a person that's holding her back and dragging her down. This is a trope that I've always had a problem with in media. When pregnant women suddenly become fragile, emotional, and less capable in the story, they need to be protected and coddled. For some reason, these ideas tend to find their way into the real world, where pregnancy of a woman in the workplace suddenly makes her not capable of doing the work or taking care of herself, or a burden on the organization. The truth is, it takes tremendous strength to carry a pregnancy, both physically and mentally, and pregnant women are not suddenly more fragile than a normal human. They are certainly not less capable. The show subverts these tropes by allowing this Dina to be capable, smart, and able to be part of the story because pregnancy isn't a burden. But when she gets shot in the leg with an arrow, that's a different story altogether. Ellie's reaction to the news shows that she doesn't see Dina as suddenly an anchor holding her back. And I think it's great that the writers decided not to fall into the trap this time around. I'm going to be a dad tells us something new about Ellie that we didn't previously know. But we could have guessed based on how she treated Sam in the first season, and how much of her childhood she knows she lost. Her affinity for dad jokes, how much she takes on from the men, dads in her life. This idea gives her a new purpose, a possible future that she hasn't considered, and it's beautiful that she sees this as a positive development, not a negative one. I only wish Jesse had reacted in the same way when he figured out the news. At the end of the day, I love this for Ellie, because if I were to get the same news, revenge mission or not, I would hope that I would react in a similar fashion, because that shows trust, commitment, and vulnerability to your partner. It shows that this isn't a mistake and that Ellie is going to be there for Dina no matter what. Even so, the story doesn't change. Ellie still reverts to her angsty form, but now we have a new layer on top of the Ellie that we previously knew.